Hey y'all, my name's Derek, and today I'm going to mount a FMF Q4 on my KLX 300. This pipe is originally meant for a KLX 300R, but I found a little adapter on Amazon that works, and we'll be able to line this up. So if you wanted to mount a FMF onto your KLX 300 Dual Sport, this is a really good way to do it. We're going to install this FMF Q4, and I'm also going to do a couple noise tests. So I have a decibel meter, and we're gonna read this thing because if you're anything like me, you want your KLX 300 to still remain semi-quiet, but you want a little bit more bark. I like to take my KLX 300 all over the place, and sometimes you gotta be a little bit quieter. So I'm hoping the Q4 doesn't add too much volume, but I think it'll definitely be quieter than the Delcovic pipes that a lot of people mount, and the Yoshimura pipes as well. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so to get this old exhaust off, all we need to do is take off this bolt, and then this clamp down here. When I took the plastics off, it looks like there's supposed to be a bolt here, but it's already missing. Who knows, I probably lost it along the way somewhere, but I was a little bit surprised by that. So these should all be 12 millimeters. And I was wrong about this one closest to the rear of the bike. That's actually a 6 millimeter Allen on the other end of this that you need to get with that. So 6 millimeter Allen or hex. All right, and back to our 12 mil for this lower clamp. Get that thing good and loose. We may need to reuse that clamp. So don't get rid of it or anything. We'll see here in a minute. And at this point with those bolts out, your exhaust should just slide right off. Oh, we got the O2 sensor hanging on. So let's figure out how to disconnect that. All right, so I just loosened this with a pair of channel locks, and we're gonna go ahead and disconnect it so we can get this old exhaust out. I wonder if this is the reason why everyone installs the O2 sensor delete right off the rip. So we'll play around with it and see what we get. All right, let's go ahead and slide the FMF Q4 in. It doesn't fit. All right, so the slip-on wouldn't fit, so I was messing around a little bit, and you're gonna have to yank out this spark arrestor that was in there too. So to do that, all I did was take a flathead screwdriver and just pry it out ever so gently. But once that comes out, now the Q4 should slide right in. All right, so that fits, which is a good thing. Let me just say, this is a bit of a hassle, right? But I kind of knew that going into it. This isn't made for a KLX 300, it's made for the 300R. If you do buy one of the Yoshi pipes or a Delcovic pipe, it's gonna be much easier than this. But we're gonna keep going with this because I really want the Q4 on there. I like the way it sounds, and let me show you the rest of it. And just so you know, there is a spark arrestor inside the FMF Q4 as well. So it's all right that we took the OEM original one out. There's still one on the back of the FMF Q4. It says so right on this label. All right, so if you want to make this work, you're gonna need this adapter from Amazon. I'll link to it below so you can find it. But we're just gonna use this to hang the exhaust. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, the one that was missing a bolt earlier, I wish I knew where that was so I could reuse that bolt. But what I'm gonna do is use the bolt from this lower section and put that in there. You know what, let's get a little blue Loctite on this and then we'll put it in there. Blue Loctite, check. If it came out once, it'll come out again. So hopefully the blue Loctite will help. All right, so we got that nice and loose and it'll connect right to the exhaust. What I'm gonna do, since I don't have the bolt that was originally in here, I'm gonna use the 6 mil from over here and we'll attach that. Sometimes you just gotta get a little creative, right? Make sure to put blue Loctite on that too if you're doing this at home. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. We still have to clamp the bottom, but there you go, your Q4 is sitting pretty. And very last thing we gotta do is secure this clamp here. And then we're sure this pipe ain't going nowhere. Now, if I was a betting man, I would guess that the check engine light's gonna turn on because this O2 sensor is not connected to anything. I was gonna save the O2 sensor delete for when I got a fuel controller, but we may need to go ahead and do that now to get rid of the check engine light. Let's turn this thing on and see what it does. All right, guys, I had to leave and come back because I got called into work. But when I ran the bike earlier, the check engine light did not turn on. But still, you know, we just got this O2 sensor just dangling here. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I got an O2 delete from Smart Moto. Let me show you that. So that's your O2 sensor delete from Smart Moto, and this is the pair valve delete as well. The pair valve delete is used to get rid of the popping during deceleration. I want to run the bike a little bit and see if I even have that popping issue before I do the pair valve delete. But the O2 sensor, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that one. Another thing I did was replace the stock snorkel with a KDX snorkel. As you can see, it lets in a lot more airflow there. To do that, you just need to take this cover off with these 4 bolts and literally pull the old one out and just push the new one back in. Super easy. I will link to this in the description below too, in case you want to snorkel more air in, more air out. Just kind of works together. All right, so let's get rid of this O2 sensor. Just follow the cable. Okay, so that just slides right off that little tab there. It looks like there's a little push tab in here, so I'm going to put a standard screwdriver in there, but you need to push it upwards. And then these two will just pry apart. And now this new one from Smart Moto, literally just plug and play. And before I get rid of the old O2 sensor, I'm just gonna start up the KLX. Make sure the check engine light doesn't come on. So no check engine light came on. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this O2 sensor. Then I'm gonna get all the plastics back on this thing and we'll bounce to the sound test. All right, so the first test I'm gonna do is just a little cold start. We're gonna let it idle, rev it up a little bit. All right, now it's time for the FMF Q4. I have the decibel meter set up again about 4 feet away from the motorcycle. So we're just gonna do a cold start and rev it up a little bit here. Now I can't see the decibel meter when I'm doing these tests, but I will kind of give you my impressions. When it's idling, it definitely sounds deeper. Maybe a tad bit louder, but I don't think it's obnoxious. We'll have to see what the decibel meter is reading. That's the idle there. Right. So, I'm interested to see what the decibel meter reads, but let's go ahead and hit the residential and woods test too. Alright, also what I'm going to do now is a quick little residential simulation, I guess. We got this new construction here, so no homes are here yet, so it's a good spot to test it out. But got the phone set up and we will see how loud the stock exhaust is in a normal little residential setting. Everything looks good. I'm gonna do like a slow drive-by and then something a little more quick, I guess. Alright, so this is just a little residential test. I just passed by the decibel meter. My guess is I'm about a football field away now. Let's flip around. Do it nice and quiet again. Hopefully that car didn't steal our phone. I don't think they did. But yeah, slow drive by here. A lot of wind noise today. Wind is ripping pretty hard. All right, now let's do a more aggressive one. All right, just passed by my phone. Swing back. Little wheelie just for fun. Alright. And look, they can't even say I'm causing damage because I've stayed on the street the whole time. Alright. Just gonna do a kind of quiet drive-by and then a rip one. So. Alright, just passed my phone. So I guess the real test here for me is like, can I be still pretty quiet with the Q4 when I want to be quiet with the Q4? Alright, so now I'm just cruising through here, about a football length away. Again, the mics I have, there's one in my helmet right now, and then my cell phone camera microphone as well. This is what you'd sound like in a residential neighborhood. No homes up here yet, but there will be one day. And now let's see what it sounds like when we kind of give her some gas. Turn around, pick up my phone, and we will head to the woods. Again, I don't know what the decibel meter is reading right now. But I'll find out when I'm editing. Alright, so I'm on my way to the woods now, and I realized that I was not wearing my gloves during that. So I know some of y'all like to give me a little bit of grief when I'm not wearing proper gear, so I got my gloves on now. Everything's safe, my hands are going to be just fine. Everything's all good. So once we get to the woods, we'll do another quick little test, and then head home and compare it with the FMF. Alright y'all, so same here. Just gonna do a little woods test. We're gonna do a little cruise by, nice and slow, and then we'll do something a little more rippy. All right, let's do a slow one. Pretty good. Let's rip it. How was that, y'all? Good test? All right. So I was headed to my normal wood spot to do the final test there through the woods, but it's kind of crazy with all the construction going on. They have like the ins and outs from this little neighborhood kind of blocked off. Like the traffic there was sitting at a standstill for, I mean, I must have been sitting there maybe what felt like 10 minutes. So I just decided to double back and try to do a little woods test in the backyard. So I'll just do a quiet little drive-by and we'll do a loud one too. All right, I'm gonna set this up. All right, so this would be a bit of a slow drive-by here. I don't have much room to work with, but we'll see what we can do. Slow drive-by through the woods. I'm just gonna do a lap or two and then we'll do a quick one and wrap this thing up. Once I get to the other end, we'll get loud with it. Limited room to work here. We're gonna call this a test. So let me give you my first impressions on it, right? Obviously I haven't seen the decibel meter readings, but it feels like the perfect balance between quietness and also like a little extra oomph. You know, I don't have a dyno, I don't even have access to one, but I feel like I'm getting a bit more throttle response, especially in the mid-range RPMs, and it feels a little bit snappier. Obviously that would improve once I get the fuel controller. I'm happy with it. I think it's, you know, quieter than most of the other options out there. It's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. You could still be quiet when you want to be quiet, but when you're out there, you know, ripping with your buddies, you could actually hear the engine. So that's cool. But yeah, if you're interested in this type of content or the KLX 300 or dual sport riding in general, please subscribe. It helps my channel out so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.